Alright, this should be a quick video. I think it's the last Hannibal video. I mean, really, this is, he hasn't even responded to my pretty pointed accusation that he's not any of the things he's stated himself to be. I went to his channel page just to see what kind of idiot content is on here, and I noticed he has misspelled archaeologist. I mean, and he's got it down as an occupation. His schools are life. Now, you would think he'd be a little bit proud of almost having a bachelor's degree, and so he might say studying currently at a, American university. I mean, he doesn't have to give away his location if he doesn't choose to. But this is just his occupation. I'm sorry. Maybe you're a janitor at the zoo, but that doesn't make you an anthropologist. He's probably not even at the zoo because he couldn't be this ignorant. So, yeah, he cleans the poo at the local ASPCA or something. This guy's a complete fraud. He's an asshat. He's an asshat. I mean, this is just so depressing that this is what comes up against me. Is this shit. I'm supposed to answer this shit. You all applaud this shit. I mean, it's okay to hate me, really, and it's okay to play these petty games, but really, as atheists, there's people who should give a crap about the truth somewhere in here. You really should get me some other way. You shouldn't get me by, elevating something this poor. I mean, this guy's pitiful. This is pitiful. Alright, so, I have done no research on any of these, individual subjects. And this is like 30 or 40-year-old knowledge that I put out. It's like I remembered bonobos being called pygmy chimpanzees, and it's right on the Wikipedia page I found. But I did a Google search on group size, right? Because this fat tard says that bonobos live in smaller groups, and I'm saying, well, how much smaller could they be? And the truth turns out to be, let's see, it just be really should be group size and party size. They have parties, the team saw how bonobos ate the meat of the dead baby bonobo. Fun. But here, thus, the party size of E1 bonobos seems to be larger than that of chimpanzee populations, both in absolute numbers and in percentage of unit group size. So that's this Takashi Fuchirichi guy. So there seems to be some dispute. So, much of his theory about bonobos has to do with somehow their smaller group size. This is just bullshit. The one thing I did find out interesting, that I didn't know about bonobos, is the males aren't as large. But the key thing is that the key distinction, I think the most important distinction in their social culture, is the fact that the females are the ones who leave the troop. Which seems kind of unusual, right? In most animals, it's like the mothers and daughters kind of stay together, and it's the sons that go off and find their new life. And but in bonobos, it's exactly inverse, and that your status as an alpha son, your status in the troop is sort of defined by the status of your mother. And so it's kind of, whatever you call that, whatever you call that, I'm going to sound like one of those misogynists again. That female-dominated kind of society. It's not a male-dominated society in that sense. The males are still responsible for the protection and all the other stuff that goes along with that. So anyway, so then I clicked on one of these links because I was curious about the group size thing. I haven't got to the whole tooth sharpening thing. I don't even want to look it up, to tell you the truth. I'm like, this is too stupid. So I'm not going to bother looking it up. It's just too stupid. But, this guy is just wrong. And this is, wrong about really basic stuff. I mean, stuff, like I said, you just do a simple, bonobo group size Google search. This is just not something that should be going on here. So anyway, this is a wiki page. It's not Wikipedia, but some other page describing all kinds of these facts about bonobos and chimpanzees. But I just thought this was the outstanding comment on this page. Between communities, aggression seems to be the rule. Between communities, aggression seems to be the rule. Now that was the basic subject matter of the original video, was about aggression. Okay, that's what it was about the nature of the beastie, and will he be able to survive? Is there something, some way we're going to be able to manage like I said, I can just keep making this argument, but we still think we can solve political problems with violence. I mean, how long into the future can you take that notion? I mean, how are you going to mix technology and violent human psychology? Or at least the willingness to reach for violence to solve solutions. This is a real problem. I'm a threat, okay? Because if you give me the tools, I do think I could apply them. Not that I like violence, but I'm just saying if I knew I had a solution to a problem, if I could kill Adolf Hitler, I would kill him. I mean, yeah, I really don't have a problem sticking a fork in a fucker's eye. I think I could do it. But anyway, at both Gombe and larger communities of chimpanzees exterminated smaller neighboring communities. Exterminated smaller neighboring communities. This was accomplished through brutal attacks between males. Brutal attacks between males from different communities. Those big giant canine teeth again, right? This is what they're used for, is to kill. The duration and nature of the attacks on the neighboring males clearly indicate that the intent was to do harm. Some males were known to have died of wounds received in this context. The death of others has been inferred. Well, they just noticed that there was a war and they couldn't find any survivors the next day. But they didn't see all of them die. So we didn't, whether they beat them against trees or whatever, there's all kinds of ways they killed them, no doubt. But yeah, this is the sad truth. This is the nature of the beasties. And all this bullshit is just that bullshit. This is a problem for the human race. And to pretend it's going to go away because our little bonobo genes are going to kick in, it's really, really dumb. So anyway, I think these are enough. I think we've caught this guy in enough errors, really gross errors, to say there's no way he would want this crap on the internet if he had other students at school that might see it, or a professor that might see it. Just think it out rationally for yourself. If you were in a school and you're getting close to having a degree in kind of a prestigious subject, would you risk this crap being on YouTube? Would you risk the videos I have that I can put text to if this fucktard would like me to, so it'd be more accessible on a Google search? I don't think so. I don't think you reasonably think that's what you would want. So I don't think he has any career that he's too interested in this subject matter, because he would look like an asshole. He would be an embarrassment to his colleagues. His colleagues would be like, what the fuck are you doing? Really, you're making us look like fools, like we don't know what the fuck we're talking about. Like we go around and dig up some dirt and then go, hey, look, it's a typical dead guy. Yeah, no. So this guy has completely duped you fuckers. You fell for it, and you did it only because you're incredibly petty. And you just want to knock me down, that's all. You're just saying, Gary's casting too big a shadow. He's too big a monster, And I guess I understand that to some point. I am kind of just indestructible. I'm just here forever, and I just keep talking, and nobody can fucking touch me in any significant way. And yeah, I'm just so much cooler than the rest of you. But, this is a bullshit way to do it. this, you come up with a, you know, fight a real fight and win a real victory. But to use this guy, you know, this shovel to whap me over the head, this duty-covered shovel, you know, from the ASPCA with dog do on it, you're gonna whap me down with this? Come on, come on. Get some self-respect. You know, win an honorable fight. So anyway, lots of good stuff on here, but I really don't give a fuck. Yeah, lots of, but you know, 50 to 120. That's a lot of individuals. But they do sleep in subgroups. They don't sleep in a big pile. Yeah, so they kind of break off. You know, they all get together certain times of the day, say howdy, have a picnic, and then they all say, "Fuck you, I'm going. Fuck you guys, I'm going home." Yeah, they kind of do that. But anyway, they sleep all kinds of different ways. You know, mostly in nests and trees, but some of them like to sleep on the ground and such. So just like humans, some do it this way, some do it that way. Some say "Harato," and some say "Batato." You know, "Hawpaw." You know, no vocal cords. But anyway, yeah, they do it different, and that's just more evidence that if you put nuclear bombs in their little fingers, it wouldn't be pretty. Anyway, lots of good stuff here. They do a lot of signing to each other, so they are very visual in terms of reading each other's moods and all that. Oh, look at all these referencing kind of things. My. Anyway, enough though. This is just enough. It's enough. It's enough already. I've had enough of this shit. Really, it's just disgusting. But I did like right in the beginning they said something about the used to be called you know, common name, pygmy chimpanzee. I was kind of, you know, yeah, my memory's not as bad as I sometimes thought. So anyway, so that's enough. Fuck you people, I'm going home.